Hey, how's everybody doing? Uh, Wanted to show today, Rich the Architect, by the way, a AI tool that I've been using, and I've been using it a little bit more for just kind of a quick presentation. But in this case, hold on one second, I gotta close my emails here so nothing is popping up. Um, in this case, I'm early in a project for design, and I'm going to use this AI tool to try to start generating some ideas. So, one of the things, just a quick thing. So, this project I'm working on, let me click some of the. I have a rough layout, and I mean, there's like a lot of detail in it, but basically, it's a home with a connected breezeway to like a barn workshop. There's actually a living quarters on the second floor. But it's like I kind of have some rough ideas. I just realized I will have to add something here. The master bedroom needs to move down here. Whether I put it here or I might shift things over. But anyway, there's attached garage, mudroom, pantry, kitchen, living area, den. Like I said, attached breezeway, and the workshop. And then if I move to the second floor of the home has, well, right now I have the master suite, but I got to move that downstairs. But there's a couple other bedrooms or offices, bathrooms. Second floor of the barn has kind of like a one bedroom living quarters in it. So I kind of have a rough layout interior wise of what this is going to be. But just looking at this image, it's just a rough form at this point of what the design is. The project itself is a new construction home with this barn and a 3-car attached garage. Well, attached garage at the moment. The design is very early. The site is it's roughly about a 14-acre wooded lot. We don't even have at this point we don't even have the house located on the site. We have a rough idea of where it needs to go. There is a kind of clearing in the woods where the elevation is a little bit higher. I mean, we're in southern New Jersey, so it's relatively flat. I think it's 14-acre site. From the front of the site to the back of the site is maybe 8 feet. So it's relatively flat site, but there is a clearing. Like I said, there's a clearing in the woods. You can kind of tell a little bit of a noticeable change in the elevation, which might only be a difference of like a foot or two. So we think we know where we're going to put it, but we're still not completely there. There's actually 2 lots as well, kind of side to side. So right now, if I go back to the floor plan, from this side to this side, that's the dimension of, like, if you took the side yard setbacks on one of both the lots are the same width. So the side yard setbacks, I kind of use that as kind of like the controlling factor of where each edge of this is, and then kind of working out a rough layout, working with the landscape architect slash civil engineer. We're gonna, we still have work to do in terms of siting this, and it may not be at this location. There's other factors involved, like we may combine the lots. The clients may want to kind of place it in a spot where years from now, if they sell it, they could subdivide the lot into other lots, where they could sell off some of the other new lots, if that's one way they want to do it too, if they're looking to sell anything. So there's a lot of things going on, but for right now, this project is what you see here as a kind of just a rough geometry. Nothing's actually finalized or really figured out. So the AI tool to get to that is it's from Evolvelab. It's a Veras. Here, I'm just going to start it. So this tool is really great. There's actually presets where you can, it kind of produces these, like, in some ways, photorealistic renderings. You can kind of see these are kind of just example prompts. Like, I could go in if I wanted this timber autumn realistic. It has a bunch of the prompts already in there. For example, forest rain realistic, winter cabin creative. And I'll get to what that means here in a second. So there's some presets you can do. There's some interior ones. I don't know what these are. These are like, it looks like kind of very similar to this, but exterior views, but like, so that's funny, Starkitecture realistic. But anyway, so there's presets you can do when you want to do produce an image, but you can go here and actually create your own settings. Let me adjust something here, a few settings here, just the width and height, just to get the kind of image. But two main things here: geometry override, material override. So I don't have any materials applied to this at this point, so I'm just going to put, depending on where you set the material override, if you have some low values, stay closer to what you have in your design. Higher values, change it. So I'm going to just put that to 100 because, again, I don't have any materials here yet. That's funny. This prompt is one of the presets actually came in the prompt, but I'll set that up. Geometry override, I'm going to turn up pretty high. I'm actually going to put it at 80 because this is the geometry at the moment. I don't want to go too far from it. Maybe I'll do, you know what? No, we'll keep it at 80. So I have a little off screen. I'm going to let me copy and paste this for the prompts. I'm just going to put in my own prompts. Paste, there we go. Prompt strength, I'll keep that at 60 because that kind of, actually I'm going to bring it up to 80. I'm going to go a little higher because I am looking for ideas. So yeah, little thing, turbo nature, because it is outside. I'll keep it just on turbo nature. So basically, I kind of have these little overrides. I put my prompts in. The prompts here: modern farmhouse, white wood siding with black accents, windows on house with black shutters, red barn, and it's in the woods. So this is the house here with the garage and barn. I don't know if it'll actually pick that up, but anyway, here, I'm going to hit render. It'll take probably, they've been taking about 30 seconds. So I'll let this one run this time, just with me, just kind of live in the recording here, so you get a sense of how long this really actually takes. So just waiting. Should pop up here in a second. Maybe not. Come on. There we go. Okay. So didn't really put it in the woods. It did. Well, the barn never got to be red, but it actually made the house black. But you can see here, it did add windows. I didn't have windows before. The breezeway went away, but I've been seeing that. But I have some new. The next thing I'm going to do with some more prompts. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. I can see this, and there's a few ideas. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Like, so where the door is, they kind of did. It looks like they have a double door, but then they have a double window applied to that. So I could use that as a potential idea. So so it's a good way to add some idea. Start getting some ideas going. So actually, I have a couple more prompts that I have here that I'm gonna add a few little things here. Let's do prompt. So similar: white vertical siding, windows on house with wood shutters, white barn, breezeway in between house and barn, a gray metal roof, wood garage doors, and in the woods. Now I can do up to 4 at a time, and I'm actually going to do 4 at a time. And I'm going to keep all the other stuff at the same thing. And I'm going to run this, but I will be right back with the results. All right, cool. So I ended up off camera here doing a number of, I did a couple more prompts, just fine-tuned it. Basically still kept modern farmhouse, wood white siding. Oh, wait, that's interesting. So I never realized this before. So depending on whatever the picture is, the prompt that I used shows up here. So this was the one I did before, kind of live on the camera. And then I did about 8 different ones of this one. So it was roughly the same white vertical siding. And this is kind of based, some of these prompts are based off of, my client sent me some pictures of like some styles that they want. They wanted a breezeway in between the house, gray metal roof, wood garage doors. For whatever reason, it's not putting it in the woods, but maybe the modern farmhouse is kind of doing that. But nothing necessarily here. You know, it's AI, so it's kind of weird. So I didn't really see much in this one, but as I go through, that is actually kind of a little bit interesting because there's like another roof in front of the barn, which I never really liked. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Like this, the way the massing was with the barn roof and all of that, it definitely needed something there. Doing this with maybe an overhang in the front over the door, that's actually a pretty decent idea. I kind of like that. It's funny, they're still not doing the breezeway. I kind of like this with the garage. This is kind of makes sense. Garage doors. There's a window here. Like if this was a mud room, you know, they didn't put any windows where the bedrooms are, but that's fine. Let's see if we can click through here. It's kind of, you know, I mean, this could be a potential for window and door groupings. Let's see here. This one here, interesting. Again, you know, it's putting it on a farm. It's not putting it in the woods. It's interesting because they put it in the woods and they kind of added this. You know, so farmhouse style with this little like turret or whatever the heck it is. I forget what they're called. Not gazebos, but yeah, there's a couple more that'll show this too. But you know, as we go through here, let's see. You know, it's starting to kind of click some ideas. There are a few good ones here though. This is interesting. I kind of like these kind of like taller windows in the first floor. I do have kind of an idea in my head of where you can kind of see through at the first floor. There's a potential idea, especially if I got to add the master suite down where this may jut out a little bit, you know. So I kind of like these windows as an idea, as a possibility. These kind of thinner, tall windows. This one, you know, okay. So we actually have a breezeway in this one, so that's nice. Okay. But again, some nice ideas. It's funny, even though this is farm and this is showing it kind of like on a farm where in reality this will be in the woods. This is interesting as an idea because working with the civil and landscape guy, architect, we were talking about how the driveway would approach this. So this is what we've been talking is as actually the driveway would kind of come here and then you would see the barn first and then kind of turn. But, you know, and we are actually seeing that as a potential negative. But this image is nice because it kind of does show a better approach for this. We've even talked about the possibility of detaching this garage. So, but we'll see where that goes. But no, it's just interesting I'm trying to think of ideas for the house, but then this image pops up, you know, and brings up, another idea. So that's great. So here we go. Kind of, again, that similar thing. But this, you know, this wouldn't work because this is supposed to be a barn. But, you know, that's even interesting with a separate, maybe a pedestrian door. But probably not needed. But, you know, still, again, clicking ideas. This is interesting because I think I started doing gray metal roof, asphalt shingle roof on barn. It didn't really do that. But one of the things that I found interesting about this one is it gave like a gray siding rather than white, and maybe that's another idea. It looks like a little bay window here, maybe door. It's in there's a couple series here too where this breezeway starts putting an entry door. So there's an idea that's kind of clicking in my head of like, oh well, maybe that's an entry door. The entry door would be at the breezeway, so it's a combination of the two. Sorry. But yeah, but again, this is very, you know, it's just clicking some ideas. It's great in this regard. It doesn't really do a breezeway. It just kind of disconnected. But the interesting part about this is the barn starts adding some dormers. You know, there's some other ideas there. There is one. I don't know why it's doing this, but Rather than garage doors, they're putting regular doors. It's hit or miss, but there is a home run in here at some point. I think it's like next to last. But anyway, again, very similar, but here's another one where there's like a roof overhang here. I mean, it wouldn't be that, but still keep on going. I like this for not the garage door here, but I do like this as a possible, like rather than a whole front porch. I never did a front porch, but with the entry door, some windows here that go in the mudroom, I think this is, this little corner might be things. Yeah, so it's like I just got to like take little pieces from here and there. Is this the home run one? I do believe it is. I mean, this is like almost, if it was just going with that geometry, it's like this is almost a home run in terms. There's a little weird thing here, but three garage door, the entry, this could be definitely something to look at a little bit more. This kind of just goes a little generic. This one is kind of, this is the last one, right? Yeah. So, so I would say, I mean, in terms of, I'm not stuck on any of this stuff, but, I think there's some, like I said, some good ideas. This could be a potential starting point for me for window placement. So for example, I see this here. This could be like, let's just say that could work well. Like already I'm like, okay, there's a smaller window. There's going to be a bathroom up there. Maybe this is where the bathroom could go. So you have full height windows here where there's bedrooms or the client actually wants maybe offices, but yeah, maybe I have the bathroom over there. I know layout wise on the first floor, there's a powder room right there and the kitchen would be over here. So, so that might work in terms of layout. And then, like I said, I kind of like this kind of concept with the barn with maybe an additional roof to break if this barn would be here. I may adjust the slope of the roof and the height of it and maybe I don't need to do that, but the clients were talking about having they were actually talking about having a lower roof here on the side rather than the front. But, again, these are just some ideas that I'm finding interesting. I can use those. So I could probably do a follow-up of this. This can be done doing interiors as well. You can see here, if I did an interior, so for example, if I wanted to do something with the kitchen and was like working out some design stuff, I could come in here, click in is interior, do some certain things, and start getting stuff. And the other really nice thing is down the road, once the design gets a little bit more finalized or determined or whatever, I can turn down the geometry and start looking like, so for example, if I'm not sure what the materials are, maybe I can go high with material, low with geometry, and help with that. So so that's it for now, but like I said, I'll probably do a follow-up as the design progresses and show some more uses for this. But like I said, this is really handy for at this phase where it's really early and just trying to kick around some ideas and see if there's anything that kind of sticks and maybe it could be used for. And like I said, there's a few, as I went through these pictures, there was a few things I saw. So I'll do a follow-up at some time, but if you have any questions or comments related to what you saw here, or questions related to the software, just let me know in the comments. All right, till next time, we'll see you.